So here it is, it's the highly anticipated BYD Sealion 7, fully electric SUV, very luxury car. It's just landed in the UK, we've got an exclusive look at it. So I'm going to go over a lot of the features today in this video, and hopefully you can get quite a lot of information out of it. So the vehicle itself does have 3 different levels of trim. You've got the comfort being the entry model with the 2-wheel drive. You've then got the design, which is an all-wheel drive. That's the middle tier, and the excellence, which we have in front of us today, is the top level model, and that one is absolutely fantastic inside. It comes with full animal leather, whereas the other two are a fake leather inside. However, the interior of this vehicle looks absolutely incredible. Plenty of room in the vehicle. They do say it's going to rival the Tesla Model Y and the Kia EV6, but for me, looking at this car, it's absolutely beautiful, both on the inside and out. Looks stunning. The lights, everything that they've done with the car, it looks fantastic. If we take a quick look at the front of the vehicle, you've got this lovely slick headlights on the front with the BYD logo up top. Little vents towards the bottom, and then also airflow vents in the side here as well. I think the front of the car looks real presence on the road and fantastic. The vehicle, you can get either 19 or 20-inch wheels on there, and with the all-wheel drive models, you'll get the red calipers. With the comfort, the 2-wheel drive, you won't get the red ones. I believe they will be black. On the wing mirrors here, these ones fold in, of course, and it's got the sort of Audi-fied indicators that are in there as well, where they go across. The vehicle I've got today is left-hand drive, but we'll have a quick look at the rest of the car first before we go inside. I just want to go over the dimensions quickly, however. So in terms of this vehicle, it's quite a unit. It's very large in the back. There's plenty of space as well. The length of the vehicle is 190.2 inches, width 75.8 inches, and height 63.8 inches. You've got 520 litres of storage in the boot and 58 litres of storage in the front trunk as well. 15.6-inch dynamic screen in the middle, which we'll have a look at just in a moment. So I'm just going to quickly bring you around towards the back of the vehicle. One of the features that I've seen BYD have updated on this is the charging port point. So whereas in all of the other models before we had rubber blockers on here, this one is an open space. It's a little bit different on here as well. And then there's a plastic cap for your DC charger. So you've got your AC charger up top and your DC charger underneath with a plastic cap on. This here will go green, and then if you're doing vehicle to load as well, that'll go blue. So the function of this vehicle does have vehicle to load as well. Looking at the back again, BYD have given you this lovely brake light with the water drop effect in the back there. I absolutely love it. They've done this on the Seal and it looks fantastic. It's also on the Atto as well. This one, to me, it looks a little bit more like the Seal. You've got 2 spoilers on this car, which is a little bit strange, but one up top and then a small one on the boot as well. These all come with the foot-operated doors boot as well, so I can show you that in a moment. And of course, all-wheel drive on the Design and the Excellence model. With that as well, on the Design and the Excellence, you'll have the 4.5 seconds badge on there, which is how quick it can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour. So all in all, the vehicle looks fantastic. Lovely big panoramic roof on top, which I'll show you in a moment as well. And I just want to quickly go over the specs of each different one. So starting off with the comfort, it's 308 brake horsepower, single electric motor, 0 to 62 in a respectable 6.7 seconds. And it has a 300-mile range, 82.5 kilowatt-hour battery. And the charge peak power is 150 kilowatts, which means you'll get your charge on a DC in 32 minutes. Jump up to the Design model, 523 brake horsepower, dual motor, 4-wheel drive, 283 miles on this one, slightly less with it being dual motor. It has the same battery of 82.5 kilowatt hours. 0 to 62, however, like you see on the back, 4.5 seconds. And again, 150 kilowatt peak power, 32 minutes. Again, a charge on the DC. The Excellence that I've got in front of you today, 523 brake horsepower as well, dual motor, all-wheel drive, 0 to 62, again, 4.5 seconds. However, This one, bigger battery, 91.3 kilowatt hour battery, and it's also got a range of 311 miles, so being the highest mileage battery. Thing with this one is it's got 230 kilowatt peak power charging, which means you can charge it in just 24 minutes. Now, this car is one of the quickest charging cars for a high-up SUV electric vehicle. The Tesla can take around about 32 minutes in the Model Y. However, this one, just 24 minutes there, and reported even less. So looking at the entry, with it being a left-hand drive, we'll jump in this side. You've got keyless entry. You've also got the NFC card, which can go on the side here to open the door with the little NFC logo. You can also do everything through the app as well. We've got heads-up display in here. You've got also heated seats and cooled seats in the front and heated seats in the rear. All electric windows, all electric seats. The heated seats in the rear, just have a look at how much room's in the rear here. Nice bucket seat, sort of like the Seal as well. And you've got some extra pouches, which I haven't done before. So you've got a large pouch in the bottom and 2 extra ones up top. Heated seats are operated from the rear as well. So you've got 2 settings on each side to how hot you want your seats. Loads of room, loads of headspace up here. It's one of the biggest SUV electric vehicles that I've seen with the capabilities that this has. Ambient lighting all in the back, which you can control as well. So I just wanted to show a little bit more in depth of the car. So I've got the camera in my hand now so that I can show you all of the insides of the car, plus the control panel at the front, where I'll go through all the features in a moment. As you can see, the ambient lighting really lights up. Plenty of space in the back of the car, loads of height room. And if you're just to have 2 passengers as well, they've got a really nice finish on this elbow rest, where it's turned into storage and also cup holders as well. So I think that's a really good finish, and if you have just a couple of passengers in the rear, there's a nice luxury feel to that. And with the door handles as well, all the same around the car. There's this sort of flipper motion here, which I think is a nice finish also. Just before we do jump into the front of the car, I want to show the boot. So you can see they've got that nice brake bar at the back. In real life, it does look a lot more deeper red than what you can see on the video, but it's a really, really nice finish on that. And I think it just gives it a nice presence on the road. Plenty of boot space in the back. Comes with the retractable parcel shelf. So if we just move that down, you can see just how much room there is. Also underneath, I'll quickly move the camera down. If you pull this up, there's an extra storage space under there as well, for 1 extra case or your charging cables if you prefer. So plenty of room in the back. You can fold all the seats down, and you can also have them at a 90-degree angle rather than sloped in the back, which gives you extra space as well. So the boot foot operated if you need to. The vehicle here is not programmed just yet for that, but they will come with the foot operation as well. Coming round, we'll jump in the front now. I just wanted to give a nice close-up so I can go through all the features. Just on this side, we've got your windows, your safety locks, and also your mirrors as well for adjusting. Down here, you can operate the boot with that button as well. So one thing that I'll just quickly mention is that with BYD, you'll see a lot of electric brands sort of go solely onto the middle console, but they're giving the physical buttons and also the capability to do it from here. So you have options. If you like the physical buttons, you can use them. If not, you can use the center console. So just starting in the middle here, you've got a 50-watt wireless phone charger and also a cool vent there as well. So when it is charging, it'll actually cool your phone down too. And this place here, this is just for the NFC card. So with the cars, of course, you get the NFC card to start them and to open them. So you can just place that on there, and then your car, you can start it and move it just with that card. Down here is where you've got your gear selector and a few different options. So regenerative braking, different modes, which I'll show you in a second, volume, start, stop, and then a few defrosters and things like that. Gear selector, crystal, and you just move it up for reverse. Once you do put it into reverse, straight away you're going to see that the cameras pop on, and then if you go into drive, it'll just light up the drive button at the bottom there as well. So nice gear selector, just what you see in the Seal and the Seal UDMI, but good little feature to have. Plenty of storage below as well, nice deep storage in there. so plenty of room for extra stuff. And also these cup holders, again, good finish on them. You can press them down if you like, if you've got a bigger bottle, and then just use these little buttons here. But for me, all of the finish with the buttons and everything, nice quality steel buttons on there. There's nothing plastic, nothing cheap looking inside the vehicle. It's a really luxury look. The front steering wheel, they've got a new steering wheel in this one, so nice leather finish, and it's got the flat bottom with the holes, so it gives it a sporty look. Again, plenty of physical buttons on here for cruise control, adaptive cruise control. You can quickly access your cameras with that button, and also the self-driving feature as well. So it's not fully automated, but it does stay between the lines and sort of steer for you on the longer journeys. It can be quite helpful. Right hand side, this is the BYD Assistant, answering phone calls, and your volume as well. If you press and hold this button, that's going to turn off the alarms that you get when you go over the speed limit. Of course, that's not recommended, but you can do that. And then the driver display just here, miles per hour, tyre pressure, your cruise control, how many miles on the odometer. You can set trips on there as well in the bottom right. And also it'll give you a live update of the vehicles around you. Just because I'm in the showroom here, it looks like it's showing a vehicle that's directly in front or almost crashed. You do have heads-up display in this car as well, which you won't be able to see on this camera, I don't think. Try and get it on there. But in the Excellence, it's got an upgraded heads-up display, which will show sat-nav and also your mile per hour and the speed limit. The other models will just show the speed limit and your miles per hour. One extra little feature which we haven't seen before is this camera here. So that camera is going to just monitor you while you're driving. And if it picks up that you're tired, it will recommend that you sort of take a break. It's going to just sort of keep an eye on you on them longer journeys. Like I said before, with the ambient lighting, just look at that and how that looks all across the passenger seat there. It looks absolutely great. It's all integrated into this sort of screen that's behind the main console on the left there. So it looks really, really nice at night time. And now we'll move into the screen itself. New system, new layout, loads of different wallpapers that you can have, and I'll just focus on this. But it looks nice and crisp, nice and reactive. Brilliant, brilliant system. It is a different layout completely. So like I mentioned before, not only have you got the physical buttons, you can also do things from the screen here as well. So for example, if I want to open the window, bit of a gimmick I know, but you can hold it to a certain level, if you can see on there, and it will just open it to that level. So there you go, you'll see that's just gone to that level. And again, if I come back and then I'll do it a little bit further but don't want it all the way down, again it's just going to go to that level. Same thing as well with the panoramic roof, which I'll show you. It's a fantastic panoramic roof, this one. Same sort of thing. You can use the button up here to do that, or you can just do it on here. If you want it a certain sort of length open, you can hold it, let's say, halfway, and then as you can see, that's now going to open halfway back and stop. So if we just take a quick look at what it looks like fully open, you'll see just how big that panoramic roof is. It's absolutely huge, all the way back to the passenger's head. Really nice panoramic roof, really nice system. If we jump into the climate control on here as well, I do want to show you as much as I can inside of the tablet system. But on here you can adjust the flow of the vents, you can adjust the temperature on each side, dual climate control, air conditioning, fan speed is all on here as well. Heating and ventilated seats in the front. So as you can see, the front two seats here, you've got heated and ventilated for the nice summer days. And heated steering wheel, heated wing mirrors and heated rear window as well. And in the back you can operate them from the back, the rear heated seats, but also you can operate them from this screen also. One thing they don't have is physical buttons for the climate control. However, no matter where you are on this system, if we jump back to the home screen, anywhere on the system that you are, you can just simply hold 3 fingers onto the screen and scroll up or down to change the temperature. And if you do the same but left and right, that'll change the fan speed as well. So there is ways to do it without having to take your eye off the road if there's no one else in the car. Of course, you do have the BYD Assistant as well, which you can just tell it, command it to do temperature adjustments and stuff like that. Again, with it, you can have split screen, so you can have half your screen with one app and half the screen with another. If you want karaoke on one side and your maps on the other or something like that, you can do. And also as well, you've got all of your apps in here. So there's going to be more apps coming, different themes, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. But I just want to jump now into the 360 camera. One of the best things that BYD do is the 360 camera. There's not a better company out there. So with this one, you've got front and rear, left and right, wide front and wide rear as well. And then also you've got a bird's eye view for when you're parking. Now these bird's eye views do work a little bit better outside of the showroom, but you've also got 360 cameras as well. And the 360 cameras you can have as hollow, so you can see underneath the vehicle just like so. So if there's actually anything underneath, you'll be able to see that as well. So really quite a fancy system, as you can see on there, that they've got employed on this. And it's one of the best 360 cameras that I've ever seen. I don't think there is a better company out there that can do it at the moment in the vehicles. All of the system as well, it's got ambient lighting, audio. You can change all of the settings on there, where the vehicle sound comes from, etc. You can change all of that. If you want it more predominantly coming from the driver's side, you can do that. Or if you want to keep the kids happy in the back, you can get the volume coming from the back as well. Really good dynamic auto sound system inside the vehicle. So if we jump into the lighting quickly, just so I can show you the ambient lighting features, you can have different colours in the front and the rear, or you can have them all the same. You can have it dynamic or not dynamic. That just means it goes with the music system. And as you can see, as I change the colours on there, so let's go with a blue. That'll now turn to blue. You can change it to green, or you can just have it auto, where it'll just sort of sync through different colours, which I think looks the best, to be honest. But yeah, upgraded system from BYD inside the car, so I've just tried to go as in-depth as possible with that. It is, for me, the best one that they've done yet. The inside the vehicle looks great, outside looks fantastic. And just to finish off, I do want to show you, there is a little lever just under here where we can get the frunk open. So I'm just going to pull that once we find it. There we are. It's on the left hand side, just so I can show you the extra 58 litres of storage that's in the front here. So a lovely big space that we've got there in the front for extra bags. Or again, if you wanted to keep your cables in the front, you can do. So all in all, looks absolutely brilliant. If there is any questions, drop them into the comments and I'll try and answer them. You've got puddle lights on the wing mirrors as well, and also hazard perception. But all in all, it looks absolutely brilliant. Great looking car on the road. Bit different to everything else that's out there, and it has all of the features that you'd expect from a BYD.